And I'm breathless, waiting for you to save me.
Hi friends! Welcome to the Snow-pocalypse.
The Midwest was hit with a huge blizzard, and I think we got over 20 inches of snow.
The kids only went to school for 1.5 days this week.
And we were going a little stir crazy. Today our goal is to show you how we get our kids to clean their room.
We've done a kid cleaning video before, and we've also done a kids cleaning playroom video. We've actually got a couple of those, but those are more about systems. If you really want to see some rewards and incentives, we also have our Gamify video. That is really, really cool, where we show you how we incentivize the kids to clean their room. But today we're going to talk about a little more.
Obviously, the only way we can get our kids to clean is through ultimate power and showing that we are in charge and they are peons. Just kidding. Really, we just made it very difficult to have a messy room. I have been including my children on my research and my decluttering and cleaning journey, and by doing that, I'm informing them of every time I learn something new, they're a part of the system. The most recent lesson I taught my kids was about boundaries and baskets and containers. And essentially that containers, like this desk, can only have what fits naturally and organically on it. And so my oldest, as you can see here, she's kind of showing you guys the inside of her drawer. She can only fit what's going to function on the desk. So she went through and she straightened up her books and she asked herself, do I need this? Can I move this? And she does this for every step of the room. In fact, I just followed her as she cleaned the room today.
And we'll touch upon age-appropriate cleaning. You know, the oldest here is over 10 years old, so she really has an idea of what she's doing. And then later we're going to clean the 6-year-old's room, and it might be a little bit different.
One of the biggest tips I can give you is if you have a designated play space that is not the kids' room, that toys should not be allowed in their bedroom. And I know that sounds hypocritical because my kid is literally picking up toys. However, she did have a sleepover, and sleepover rules are slightly different in our house, but she also knows that she has to clean them up. And again, this is part of her room really doesn't get that messy. If these toys weren't in here, she would only have a couple things to pick up.
And now we understand not everyone has a whole playroom that they can designate. But in that case, thinking about those containers, it's like, okay, you know, we only play in this section of the room, or the toys have to stay in the toy chest or whatever. Just kind of thinking and setting boundaries for your kids.
My kids are also very creative players. On the snow days, they decided they wanted to play school, which just made me laugh because I got almost nothing done, but it was fine. So right now she's cleaning out her school bag as she is, cleaning her room. I asked her when she was cleaning if she would prefer to just leave everything that goes in the playroom next to the playroom, and she said no, she'd rather just take it to where it goes. So we had a really good conversation about different cleaning styles and how I would prefer to make piles by doors and she would prefer just to take it where it belongs.
Very mature.
My oldest actually just got her room redone for her 10th birthday. That's why we have this desk and the new carpet and the new bed. I mean, literally everything in this room was new. This is also a great example of boundaries. So both my girls love fidgets, and we had so many fidgets that they just kind of took over. And so we limited, this is that boundary that we're talking about, is we said you can only have 2 baskets of fidgets. And so they went through a huge purge last year in order to make room and make this room function the way that it does.
And these 2 girls are collectors. So whether it's fidgets or rocks or random items, they like to collect. But if we didn't set a rule, a boundary, a limitation, then the whole room would be covered with things. So it is good to have baskets, containers, spaces, shelves, whatever it is, and say, okay, you can collect, but it has to be able to fit on here.
Another great example of limiting how much we have, which again, I think is the best strategy, is our closets. We've talked about hangers a million times, and our boundary for hangers is 40 hangers.
Check out our closet cleanup video where Lana and I both take on our closets. I have a few more hangers than 40. I think I'm close to 50 or 60, but still the kids are able to maintain the same strategy. So you know that it's possible.
In that previous clip, my daughter was actually counting her hangers to see how many more clothing items she needs to put away. Also, this is where my vacuum, it's hard to describe, but I've had this vacuum for years. I've been wanting a new one, and it has finally kaput. It's dead. And so this is me vacuuming my daughter's room with just the hose because that's the only part that was working. I'm going to be unboxing and testing out my new vacuum. It's a Homika. It's from TikTok Shop. It is awesome. You guys can check that out in our TikTok.
Before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to introduce ourselves.
I'm Lana.
And I'm Laura.
And we're two identical twins who love to clean and tidy.
And we're working hard to inspire our kids to want to learn to clean up and tidy as well.
So when we talk about age-appropriate chores, cleaning our rooms at this age, 10 years old and 6-year-old, we think is very appropriate. My 10-year-old can put away all of her laundry on her own. She does not need help doing this, but my 6-year-old does because she can't reach all of her hangers. In a moment, you are going to see the inner workings of a 10-year-old's brain as she's deciding what clothing she's willing to say goodbye to. This is also developmentally appropriate. If you practice decluttering with your kids on a regular basis, look, she's counting right now. She has 3 hangers and she's going through because she has more things that need put away than just 3. And so she decided, I'm not going to use this yellow dress. And then she goes through, she told me, she goes, Mom, I've got the perfect thing that I just does not fit me well. And of course it had to be something that was really, really nice. But you know what? I can actually save that for my younger daughter. And she's going to take the hangers off. And then this basket, like wooden teal basket, is where she puts clothes that no longer fit or she doesn't want. Both my girls have it. And of course she wanted to play a little basketball. She was putting her socks away. This kind of goes with the gamifying that we were talking about, that anything can be turned into a game. So you have to kind of use whatever tools are in your toolbox, and that's a really good one, is to make things fun. But right now we're going to be focusing more on less is more and how minimalism can actually help your kids clean their rooms. My children never have to put away tons and tons of clothing. They have just what they need. It's not too much. It's not too little. And so they have a lot of control. And at this age, they're definitely looking for independence. And I know that a lot of kids are resistant to doing chores, but if we just practice them, like you can see right now, one of the skills we learned last year was how to Marie Kondo fold, and she literally almost textbook folded it perfectly. She technically needed to fold it in thirds, but this is the kind of skills that we can teach our children. And then you can see how powerful she loves to color code her drawers. She likes to put clothes away, and now she's taking her dirty clothes and putting them in the dirty laundry basket that we use to put her clean clothes in. And they're very small baskets. They're not overfilled. This is me using my new Homika vacuum. It really did work super well, except for on the white rug. The white rug, I have not yet found a vacuum that it works. It's a washable rug from Sam's Club. Very pretty, but definitely just gets sucked in. So we made it work. We put the vacuum on the lowest setting, and we were able to get through it and give it a nice little vacuum.
Hold on tight, I'm on my way. 'Cause everything's perfect when I'm with you. But love is just a game you play. And I just need you to be true with me. 'Cause baby, I've just been following your voice just to see that you have been making me more paranoid. How about losing you forever? I can't imagine my life if I lose you forever.
Quick comment about the teal dresser. It's actually completely empty, and both girls have an extra dresser in their room that we are actually selling on Marketplace. We just haven't had anyone buy them yet, but they both got new dressers from their grandparents for our Christmas, and it was such a wonderful practical gift. Now we're on to child number 2.
She had a sleepover with her cousin, and it looks like they had a lot of fun.
We just watched my oldest clean her room. In this case, we're actually going to clean my 6-year-old's room. She is very capable of doing this, but not every parent is going to make their kids clean their room.
And she really didn't want to be on camera, so we respected that and we decided, you know what, we'll tidy her room for her. I got these books for my niece, and you can see the kind of things that she enjoys. So that was Butt or Face, very educational, and No One Likes a Fart, also a great story.
A love story, actually.
I really love the little bookshelves that are in the back of this room. It's, we say we don't want to have any toys in the room. We do have stuffed animals. We allow them to have their stuffies with them. And we also have a small selection of books for each of them because they don't have to run all the way to the playroom to be able to find something they want to read.
We are actually going to be doing a makeover in this room as well for my youngest daughter's 7th birthday. So we try to coordinate room design in the same years for their birthdays. So we've got the closet already started. As you can see, this is her new dresser, but we have some beautiful ideas that focus with pinks, and it's just going to be so pretty.
I thought the wild child theme was great, but she's had it since she was a baby, so it's time to start maturing and moving on to more grown-up designs.
So we worked on making the bed first, which is usually our first step in cleaning a room. And then I just started on the left-hand side of the room and started picking things up. I'm working on, there was like some little toys on the ground. That's one thing. My littlest has lots of little toys. She gets them in her bath bombs, or I don't even know where she gets them. They just walk into the house. And so because she wants to keep them, I have to be strategic in what she's allowed to keep. So I'm moving the books and I'm putting a couple of her little toys on her nightstand.
We talk about age appropriateness for cleaning and chores, and honestly, cleaning your room is one of those that you should start pretty early. We have a little checklist that we use. It's about 5 steps long that can help your child know what to do. Now, again, we use the left to right, top to bottom method as adults, but for the kids, we actually have a strategic order for things of them to do, because it kind of gets hard, believe it or not, for them to kind of stay in a line or, focus on one thing at a time. So it's like, okay, we'll have a list, we'll go through it, and that really helps them.
You can use this list when trying to help your kids learn how to clean their room, but the first step is to make the bed.
My nieces make the bed in the morning as well. That's part of their morning checklist. So there are a few checklists in this house, but it really helps them stay on track. Kids want and crave that consistency and that assistance. Step number 2 is to take all the dirty clothes and to put them in the laundry basket.
Step 3 in this house is to take all the stuffed animals and put them in their designated spot. For my youngest one, it's this corner. This sensory corner is where she keeps all her stuffies. For my oldest, it's on her futon.
Step number 4 is putting those clean clothes away. And like we mentioned earlier, we aren't giving them, 3 baskets of clothes to put away. It's usually a couple of items of clothing that we've done since we've done laundry, and it keeps it very simple for them.
All right, number 5 is to look for like some last second things. For example, if they have a cup in their room that needs to be put away, or most importantly, we talk about garbage, because my littles have garbage everywhere. So they just go through, and I usually say pick up 10 items of garbage.
Oh, we should mention that they are not allowed to have food in their room, and that's a really excellent way to ask your kids to keep their room clean. No food. We don't want ants in the house. And so the little pieces of garbage they're picking up are usually like little wrappers or, from toys or little tissues or something like that. We're hoping this video has been helpful so far, but we don't want all the advice just to come from us. We want you guys to comment and let us know, what chores are your kids responsible for? What is something that you feel like they're able to do? Leave a comment below.
Just like my oldest, my youngest only has 40 hangers as well, and this helps keep her closet organized. I'm just going through and finding a couple misplaced items like a fidget, a mask that she hasn't worn. I'm putting it in the basket up above. Her headphones, which she's been looking for. Again, the dresser's slightly taller than she is, so I found those, and now she'll have those. Also, this might be type A, but I do rainbow organize my kids' clothes, as you can see here. I know that is not for everyone, but I'm a person who picks clothes based on the color that I want for the day, and I just think it looks really pretty, and it's also easy for my kids to put away, and it's a little bit of, rainbow color knowledge, so just think that's helpful.
But of course, do what's right for you and your kids. If you're like, my kids will never be able to color coordinate, not because they don't know their colors, but because it takes everything in us just to put the clothes away, that's okay too. Some people put them away by length. Some people do, clothing in different varieties. As long as they're getting put away and you guys start a habit of that, then that's okay.
Not every drawer has to be filled. In fact, many of these drawers are partially empty. That is not a bad thing. I want us all to remember that having less makes it easier for children to be a part of the cleaning system. We as parents should not be putting all of this effort into putting away 100 pieces of clothing. Our kids get what they get, and again, they get to choose their clothes. They have more control now than they do when we had closets that were filled.
We've talked about her a million times. We love Marie Kondo. If you don't know who she is, she's a cleaning and tidying guru. She's written lots of books. We've mentioned them. Here's some examples of what she's done. But one thing she mentions is blank spaces are good for you. So when you have a drawer and you open it, there should be a section of that drawer that is empty. It actually reduces depression, anxiety, and stress. And if we can give that to our children, what better gift is there?
We are getting towards the end of our video. We are hoping to bring you guys some more chore systems and how we get our kids to do other things, other chores in our home, like cleaning the bathroom. Yes, my 6-year-old can clean the bathroom, and how they both clean the playroom. These are important milestones for children, and your kids can do chores.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence in the dark.
Hope the weather is serving you guys a lot better than it is here, but if you've been having some crazy weather, I know the East Coast was hit with some tornado warnings. I know that we're hitting a blizzard. Put in the comments, what is your weather situation right now?
Us Midwesterners, we really love to talk about the weather,
If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Our mission is to help others tidy and clean their homes. You guys are seeing a lot of us lately just because of the weather, and we've been under the weather. But we're still here to motivate and inspire you to take care of the things in your life that you need to.
Check out our TikTok at The Tidy 2. Here we do lots of great cleans. Our goal for 2024 is to post once a day, and so far we've made that goal every single day.
We have so much cleaning content, and occasionally we try to make you laugh. If you just love us and want to see more of us, make sure to check out our YouTube cleaning playlist. There are so many videos. We help so many people, and we clean so many different types of rooms. Make sure to check it out.
We are generating new content for 2024, so we want to know, what should we clean next?